I got a call from the Discord. Call. Putang. The screen name Alos Fencer.
Okay.
I'm in your boat.
I think that's Jean Frank.
You think so?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, hello, Jean Frank. Regardless of whether or not that's your name, that's who you will
be for now.
Yes. So
regardless whether I'm wrong or if I'm wrong.
This is our show. We're never wrong.
I don't think I'm wrong.
He says, as a fellow camera boy.
Oh, yeah.
How do you find
Definitely
freelance photo and video work? And this is actually good advice for anyone doing any kind of freelance work. Especially photo and video. I suggest that you contact whoever you want to work with and do a bunch of free shit on your own first. Like a perfect example is like Ryan, or like the people who used to do like Kevin. Kevin's a perfect example. Kevin got a job with Dynamic Banter and the Valley Folk by taking it
by doing his own sweet freaking.
Yeah, what phrase was I trying to think of? Why are we both exhausted right now? He took it upon himself is what I was trying to say. Thank you very much. Me. to do a bunch of stuff for free. And he did the Dynamic Banter theater stuff without anyone asking him to, and then he just sent it in. We thought it was awesome, so we hired him to do other stuff.
Yeah.
And then other people saw that and hired him to do things. And that's kind of the way of the world right now.
Yeah.
There is a pizza place down the street from us that I would like to do photos for because I like the pizza there. And so I'm going to walk in there and offer them, I'll take this many pictures for free. If you find value in that, since I'm like kind of cold calling you, people will see that as like a go-getter or whatever. But you can't just drop by and be like, hey, give me a couple $100 and I could do this for you. Because it's kind of like unproven whatever.
Right.
So, and from doing photo, video, and anything creative that people, for some reason, they don't want to pay for any of that because they don't know about the work that goes into it. So forever, I was doing this stuff where I was making money as a photographer in Connecticut. And I would always get people being like, oh, well, how much could that possibly cost? And then they were always flabbergasted when I would give them a quote. And I'm like, well, that quote, like, you just don't know how long it takes to do stuff or the skills that it takes to do stuff.
Right.
So just show them what you could do first.
Yeah.
Give them something that is going to benefit them without breaking your time and energy bank. And if it's a relationship worth pursuing and your shit, if they feel like your shit is worth something, they'll give something to you if they want to have an ongoing relationship.
But isn't there like a website where it's like, hey, looking for, or
probably LinkedIn.
Yeah.
Or something. I'm not really on that.
But I think too, it's just kind of like letting your friends know, like, hey man, this is what I'm doing right now. If you know anybody too,
Yeah. Your friends are going to get married. They're going to be looking for people to, this is a perfect example. Don't be a great friend. You can get more photo and video jobs by not being a great friend. If you're a great friend, what happens is people are like, oh, I don't want you to do photos or videos at our wedding. I just want you to come and have fun with your friends. But if you be less of a good friend, if you be more of an acquaintance, but also, they'll be like, I'll pay you to come. Don't
do things for free either. I think that
that was just the whole advice.
Yeah.
I just gave.
Yeah. Don't be that guy.
What are you talking about?
I just hate when people expect it for free because it's what you do, for a living.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's different. That was just That was like the complete opposite advice of what I just talked about for the past.
No, I know. When you're looking for something, yes. Mm-hmm. But like when people are coming to you.
Oh, don't get taken advantage of. Yeah.
That's where I was going with that.
Okay.
What's the next question?
Whoa, snappy.
I'm not being snappy.
Let's go back in time and figure out why you're so snappy right now. What? Talk about your feelings because you're in a mood right now.
I just don't feel great. That's all. I'm
tired.
Do
you want to fight?
No, I don't want to fight.
Do you want to arm wrestle?
No. I don't want to embarrass you on the podcast.
Do you? Okay, that's aggressive. Do you want to do a wheelbarrow race?
A wheelbarrow?
Yes.
No.
That's when I have.
We don't even have a wheelbarrow.
No, when I have your legs like this and then you're like this with your.
Can
hands.
Can it be the other way around?
Yes, but
can I drop you on your knees?
I'm worried that because you're so short, my knees would already be scraping against the ground. I like when Zoe's a little tired because I get in twice as many gotchams.
Gotcha.
Gotchams would be a pretty good for that.
What was it yesterday? He said something to me yesterday, and I was so pissed off that I walked into it that I think I hung up on you.
I don't know. I say funny things all the time.
I was like, I need to go get deodorant. And he was like, yeah, I wanted to talk to you about that. And I was like, about what? And he was like, about the way you smell. And I was like, fuck.
Yeah.
Fuck.
I felt like I did no real work.
Yeah, dude. You just,
get here.
I honestly, there's a lot of times that it just kind of goes.
You know why that feels even worse though? Because you were just having a nice conversation with someone that you love.
Yeah.
And I ended it with you stank got him.
I was just trying to be helpful and go get some to-go cups, some to-go coffee cups for when Mike is going out.
We both
in the
use
evening.
them.
Yeah.
They're not for one of us.
But I was just trying to be helpful and.
Oh, you're really
putting
you're
it
really
on.
Stacking the deck.
Really, yeah.
You're putting on the Ritz.
Yeah.
Jesse Stillwell asked me a question in the Discord. Jesse Stillwell runs the Discord. He does a great job. There was a tweet where people were like, don't talk about your hustle, talk about all the jobs you had that got you where you are now or something like that. This is a tweet thing that was going around, so I participated.
But that is the hustle. Keep going. I'm sorry.
What?
Don't talk about the jobs you had, or don't talk about the hustle, talk about the jobs you had, but that's part of the hustle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But maybe I set it up wrong. They were like, don't talk about it in a way that's like, they didn't say this, but sucking your own dick about it. And then they were like, list out all the jobs you've had up to this point. Or
okay.
Something like that.
All right. Stop S-ing your D, man.
Stop S-ing your own D, it said on the top of the list. One of mine was camp counselor. Summer camp counselor.
Okay.
And he said, camp counselor, ? How many years? Best story from being a camp counselor. Can you picture me as a summer camp counselor?
No.
Hey, it's me. It's time for
wiffle
ball.
No.
In the field. Get to the field.
I didn't know that Mike fell. I didn't know that Mike fell zone.
No, you didn't. That guy wore shell necklaces.
Puka shells. You were wearing that thumb ring when I met you.
That guy wore cargo shorts and slides and shell top boys.
There's nothing wrong with shell tops.
No, I'm just saying. If you're going to say the good, you got to say the bad.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
I was a camp counselor in Fairfield, Connecticut for a bunch of rich whites. I don't think they'll mind me saying it. And it wasn't like a sleepaway camp or nothing. It was a day camp. But I think every weekend we would take the kids somewhere. And it kind of ranged. We used to go to like the beach, which was close. And then we would go to the arcade golf center place in Shelton, so it was a little bit further away. Then they would escalate, and then we would go to lake compounds or Six Flags. Back in the day, we would take the kids all the way to fucking Massachusetts from Fairfield, and it was always mayhem because it was always like I was like 16, and now I'm in charge of your children for the summer. You know
the thing. So I'm sorry. Were you 16 and who who was driving these kids?
A bus driver.
A bus driver. Okay. I didn't know if it was like a van, like a 15 passenger van or.
No, there were more kids than that.
Okay,
So we needed,
right.
It was like ages, I don't know. I feel like it was like, I don't know how young the youngest kids were, but probably like 4th grade to like going into 7th or 8th grade.
Yeah.
So we would have these trips and you would kind of split off into age groups, and the 7th graders would hang out with the 7th graders, all very cliquey, and the Fairfield kids trying to be cool, you know. They were either playing sports or trying to be cool. And whenever we would go to an amusement park that had a water area, the rules were that the kids were not allowed in the water areas at all. And I always made sure I was like, ever, for any reason, even if they had a note from their doctor saying they needed to be wet. So I always had the older kids. So I'd be like, as long as you're in groups of 5, you can go around the theme park by yourself. And all of the dude people trusted us with their kids. And we would go to Massachusetts, no matter how old the kids were, and be like, all right, as long as there's 5 of you, 5 of you equals 1 adult, stand on each other's shoulders. So they would walk around the whole shit by themselves. And then the camp counselors would get together and go into the water park.
Dicks.
Because we knew that the kids wouldn't be in there. You know, so we wouldn't get called out.
Shitty.
Yeah, for sure. But we were 17 and 16, and why would you let us watch your kids? That's stupid on your part. So there would be times.
Just to be clear, there are responsible 16 and 17-year-olds.
I've never met one. Those kids don't want to be camp counselors.
No.
And this was a different time. You could be negligent with children.
What did you get paid for that?
I don't remember. Not like a ton.
No.
It is childcare, though.
Yeah.
We just had to make sure the kids didn't touch peanuts, and we'd be all right.
There you go.
But they were not within our sight, so they could have been showered in peanuts. They could have been in the peanut section.
What
of
if
the park.
something, God forbid, happened?
Then we would be held responsible.
Oh, for
but
sure.
we are in 16, 17-year-old, we're never going to die mode. So unless something bad goes down, we're not even going to think about it being a possibility. And every once in a while, we would run into a group of 1 or 2 bad kids who would be in the water park. And then we'd all kind of freeze. And we'd be like soaked.
Yeah.
And like having fun. And our hair would be all messed up. And we'd have to be like, no.
Get out.
We came in here to look for you. We went down the slides looking for you. In case you were hanging out underneath one of these dope ass bomb ass waterfalls. So that happened a lot. I remember me and my friend Dan, who we worked together for years. There were these raft rides where basically it would be 6 or 7 people in a raft. And Dan, after the lifeguard kind of pushes you out, you know, the circular raft, like the Swiss Family fucking Robinson ride. After the lifeguard kind of pushes you off and you get past that initial turn where you're in no man's land. Nobody is watching you. You're just people going down a water slide, young adults. You know, we'd be in there with strangers, me and Dan and like 4 strangers, like somebody's mom and dad and their kid. And me and Dan would flip out of the back, the back of it. And like tumble down the slide screaming. Or hanging out to the back.
You're talking about Dobie, right? Yeah.
It's the funniest thing you ever did. You'd be hanging out to the back of this massive circular water slide screaming. I remember one time we had to flip back in and he kicked some kid in the chest. This whole time, we're like getting paid to watch people
You guys are the fucking worst. That's awful.
Oh, the best. The best.
I'm never sending my kids to
Never let your kids watch Be Kids.
Watch Be
Kids.
Watch Be Kids, guys.
Which is a toy store for pirate children. But never let your kids be watched by a group of teenagers. Because groups of teenagers only want to hang out and be wackatilly.
Yeah, they would. Yeah.
You know, man, we were not, and they ended up like, by the time we stopped doing that, let's say I did it for like 5 years, they enforced so many rules by the end of it that we were
because
like,
you guys just kept, you guys kept fucking up.
And they were like, it's not supposed to be fun, you fucking idiot. This is your job, dude.
Hey, dickhole, this is not supposed to be fun. You're supposed to just be watching a bunch of kids.
Let me tell you something, Zoe. It was a different time, and let me tell you something about Dodgeball. Dodgeball was different. By the time, do you remember schoolyard dodgeball?
Oh, yeah, we used to try to kill each other.
Do you remember dodgeballs?
Yes.
And what those are like?
Yes.
Because people don't know now. Dodgeballs were made of rubber and concrete.
Yeah.
And they were half filled with air. And they would make a sound. They would come with such a ferocity that you knew you were going to get hurt.
Literally, you said it, the sound, and I could literally hear it. I literally brought myself back to Dodgeball.
Dude, I wonder if there's a Dodgeball sound effect.
Well, there's that movie Dodgeball with Vince Vaughn and right? Isn't it Vince Vaughn or is it?
Did they use?
They used real dodgeballs.
Did they?
Yeah.
So this is the Dodgeball bounce sound effect. There's 30 seconds of it. Jesus. Do you hear anything?
No. I hear the crackle of the candle.
This is trash. What are we doing here?
I don't know what you're doing there.
This has 40K views and no sound come out. I was just trying to illustrate a point. All I'm saying is that there were these rubber balls.
Oh, because it's in your freaking headphones, dude.
Oh, perfect.
No. This is something totally different,
all right,
too.
Fuck it. Never mind.
I fucked up and touched something else, and now you got
How did both
Wario on
your
shit
thing? So anyway, it sounded like this. Pew. So you gotta watch out for that.
Pew.
But we would just that's how we would discipline the kids. When they were getting too out of control and they wouldn't listen to us, we'd be like, okay, let's play dodgeball now. And then we would throw these balls. And we would hit these kids.
I wonder
fly off their feet.
I wonder what these kids are like now.
Dude, I've met a bunch of them. Dude, one came to my show in Bridgeport. He's a friend of Johnny's. We were at a wedding with him.
Oh, that's funny.
Like, dude, we used to peg you guys with dodgeballs for not being quiet and stuff. For not keeping the peanuts too far away from the weak kids.
Hate it.
Dobie used to fucking sidearm it and spin around like a discus player.
Fucking Dobie.
We used to whale balls at kids, and then they would, because you can't just hit kids.
No.
You can't hit other people's kids, especially in a county like Fairfield County. But you can play dodgeball. And some of the kids kids' parents would be like, if he's acting up, fucking.
Oh my God. That's crazy. Well, I never had the luxury of going to camp.
Oh. You feel like you missed out based on what I told you?
Kind of.
Let's play like we're in camp now. I'm your counselor.
No, thank you. You're a terrible counselor. I already know. I would have hated you.
No, you wouldn't have. You would have been, I know exactly what kind of person you would have been. Yes, you would have been that girl, and you would have been sneaky 14-year-old cigarettes in the bathroom girl.
Probably.
Gross.
Yeah. I was sneaky.
Tomboy-ass trick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would have had a ponytail.
Yeah. Would you hang out with anybody else? What kind of kids are you hanging out with at 14?
I don't know. All the cool kids.
Relative.
I was the cool kid.
No, I mean you'd only be hanging out with your relatives.
That's true.
You got 7,000
Yeah.
relatives.
All of my cousins. Oh my God, if me and my cousins went to camp, it would have been a fucking wrap.
Yeah.
The camp counselors would have gotten schooled in some dodgeball.
Yeah, that's what you think.
Dude, my whole, me and all my first cousins is like an army.
That's true, but it's an army of like 14, 15-year-olds.
Yeah.
Against like 22-year-old
That's true.
boys and girls who just discovered Jello shots.
That's funny. Shots, 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 shots.
Hi everyone, welcome to Surrounded. Thank you so much.
Yo, you didn't tell me it was like this.
You guys like puppets or what?
This is a dream. Mike's obviously never been attacked from behind.
You think you'll ever find a shirt that fits that good?
I want to fucking live, man.
I hate this. I hate it. No, man.
This is what happens when I don't stick to the script.
I'm very good at this. I mean, you wouldn't, but if you all were in front of me,